Rise and shine. Salute. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning. Good morning. Let me get my shout outs in. Whoa. It's crazy how that be happening. I just be turning off. Shout outs to Mel's. Salute, rise and shine. You said you need to leave. But look, you stopped by. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shout outs to Icon, does nails. Shout outs to King Julian. Everybody said good morning. Thank you. That was a morning. Just a morning. Good morning. I, with emphasis on listening, isolated, focused, sensory activity. Actually listening like we are right now, instead of all the visual stimuli. Sometimes it's a nice break, and it brings me back to my original love with radio. And my current love of organic sounds produced live, GMO, right here on the spot. If you've been watching my live streams, I've been producing my own sounds, playing the different instrument parts. I'm at a different level on each of them. Something I want to conquer is the looper. The looper will just completely transform my one-man band performance and set, and it takes time to learn it. And so I have taken gradual steps to do just that, and I will continue. A cool part of my story is that sound healing and music therapy is a part of my new season and chapter, which involves sound baths and meditation sessions, and just a very cool chapter that I'm excited to explore artistically, musically, spiritually. And so all of this music stuff that I'm talking is salute, rise and shine to Scott Higley. What's up? Okay. So there are a few moving pieces. As I shared, the show date that I thought was July 29th is actually August 29th. And either way, they did not select me for the show, but I was honoring the show date and still still preparing the show, just preparing to share it live as content as it is, and the way we've been doing it, right here in the channel. So, that is beautiful. Salute, rise and shine. That's nice. Salute to, y'all know it, Aaron and Mateo Flores. Thank you for tuning in. This Rise and Shine AM. I told y'all I'm working on the good morning thing. Uh, yeah, y'all know. If you don't, just making a conscious decision on am I going to continue to say good morning, you know, with the reference of the association with morning, MOURNING, even though it's spelled differently. Yeah, little woke community innuendos. So, yes, I'm excited to be going back to school. And what I'm going to school for is sound healing and music therapy. And what's cool is getting to incorporate all of what I've been doing into like a focused program that's going to help me um, develop something, develop a business out of this, and to really offer my services and operate from and within purpose. So, of course, music and art, creative expression is something very important to me. And outside of my audition life and Hollywood pursuits, the jobs that have resonated the most with me feeling purposeful have been between barbering and teaching art and music. fighting for our reps, 100 push-ups a day, maybe for some physically, but we exercise in the full mind, body, spirit, and soul. And we got to make sure to exercise just that, the mind, the spirit, and the soul, just as much as we do the body, which is a temple. It is the base. It is the earth. It is the solid form. It is, the flesh, the bone, the present that you can touch and feel. The other elements, if earth is that, rock, solid matter, then spirit for me would be wind, air, breath, life. Soul would be liquid, water, blood, oil, and fire and light would be power. Sun rays, God. So that's that. Electricity, energy. And so when you think about it like that and you transfer it over into a workout, yes, I'm doing these physical reps, but for me, I have devised a workout, again, that infuses a full mind, body, spirit, soul workout. And the way that I'm doing that, for example, playing the piano is a sedentary activity. You're sitting down. You do have to exercise good posture, but I have done it sitting on a balance ball. Doing something like switching out a seat with a balance ball is keeping the core engaged and giving you some form of workout. And the beauty of that is rest, recovery, and rehabilitation. That can happen for someone who needs to maintain some sort of workout, who is in a season where they may not be able to do it all in the gym physically. That could be, rest and recovery before or after some sort of surgery, any sort of sports rehabilitation from injuries, or you got to sit out a season but still need to maintain. The list goes on, but there are things that you can do to maintain that may not be so heavy duty. And when, let's just say your usual routine, you're not able to do that for a period of time, that, this is what you can do. I have infused for the show, the hair show, which I'm rehearsing for, and by tuning into these live streams, you are participating in my rehearsals, my daily progressions towards achieving my goals. Fight for your reps, hashtag, in every capacity. Attainable goals. Break it down. Life. Taking these breaks are important to just recenter and meditate and bring it all back in. This season has truly been a test of faith. I don't know if anyone out there has ever experienced, like a series of blessings and unfortunate events. And so, yes, the duality and balance, but what I can say is this has truly been a year, and I trust God. I am still here. I am grateful. I am excited to be operating from and within purpose. I like the pivot. I do ask God for protection and clearance and cleaning and refreshing. I want to be spiritually completely cleaned, reset, refreshed. Spiritual warfare, y'all, is real. And there are times like this when I really have to spiritually look at everything. And, you know, there are some terminologies that really, I speak about the woke community and it being an entity, and then something that I sort of like, tap into every now and then, but I don't really feel a part of. I'm really alone with. So there's no particular group that I really just 100% identify with. I think everybody, pros, cons, and have things to contribute, and we can all learn from each other, and there's just information everywhere. But destiny swapping is one. There is a movie, Space Jam. Y'all remember Space Jam? I actually went to the movies in real time to see Space Jam. But the synopsis of it, in short, these NBA players who are already on top of their game, Michael Jordan, and the list goes on of just like top tier basketball players at that time. So, of course, their basketball skills are their superpower. And there were these little alien, googly characters that siphoned their the superpowers of the NBA players and eventually had to play them in a game, while the actual human NBA players no longer had their power, and they were going the whole movie trying to figure out what happened. And by the end of the movie, Michael Jordan pulled a glowing basketball out of his bag, and they all touched it, and they got their powers back, and they were able to play basketball again. So, complete witchcraft, sorcery, all in another children's movie. But it was significant when I watched it because, for whatever reason, it also reminded me of the movie Him, that I got a chance to watch Him with Marlon Wayans, and that was interesting as well, more in a more present human Hollywood context. But it's a recurrent theme, and it is destiny swapping. It is people who want your energy. It is people siphoning your energy. It's people who have access to you and your energy. And the hate is real. The witchcraft is real. The sorcery is real. And, spiritual warfare is real. Hexes, spells, um, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Uh, it doesn't mean that the weapon won't be formed. And I stand on no weapon formed against me shall prosper. There is a point in my journey where I started to ask God, hey, I know I'm protecting it all, but it's a lot happening down here on earth. And are you a part of this? Like, I need to know who is who. Is this you developing me, or is this the adversary and resistance that I need to apply defense to? But I can't just be out here not knowing. I can't be out here doing it like this. you know, I have to tap in. So it's times like that where I do try to be like, hey, woke community. hey, yes, love God. Um, what is this other stuff going on? I asked someone recently, and it's been a recurring discussion about yoga. I was informed early in my journey by a pastor that, from their perspective, yoga was demonic, opens you up to different spirits and deities and false gods and idols and all of these things. And said it also opens your house up to, spiritual things and access. And out of respect for them and their space and that communication, I kept it away from them. But I maintained a specific yoga DVD. So what I'm saying is sort of 1 foot in, 1 foot out. The yoga that I did was for track and field benefits. It helped a lot. Uh, So that was that. And that's what it was for. It was stretching. It was all the great properties that yoga brings you. Help, just all great things. Um, in my adulthood, I have reflected back to that conversation and just inquired, have I opened myself up to any sort of thing through yoga that I could be experiencing as resistance, in real life? Like, are there any forces? Because some stuff has truly been crazy. And when you see recurrent themes and patterns and trends, you just start to wonder. And when you want to break out of those, which I do, I know this is extremely personal, but hey, you are live. Underground Remix Live, your number one radio source for live rhythm and news. Classics and current events, music and information, gems and thoughts, which sometimes require a little participation and improvisation during our live jam sessions broadcasted from right here at the station. I'm your master of ceremonies. Make sure to click that link in the bio, like, comment, share, subscribe, engage. If you would like to support the URLive Podcast, URLive Radio, you can hashtag and donate directly. Um, $, the letter U, the letter R, the word live podcast. It directly blesses the production, and we can keep this thing going and developing. If you checked out the live yesterday, you see I performed a one-man band set on the beach front, beach shore. It was beautiful. It was therapeutic, and I really am setting the tone and stage for, this new season of sound healing and music therapy. Um, you know what? I'm happy to share. It is a goal of mine to release an album. It has been a goal of mine to release an album. I've done a lot of live performance band music, but I want to actually release an album with tracks. I've only released one single in my life. It was called Living It with my band Sound of Indigo. It is on YouTube, and at one point it was on all platforms, but eventually I stopped paying for it and they took it down. So finding my place and space in this world of art and music and business, okay? And now social media, content creation, content creatorism is all the whole thing. So that is 34 minutes. That is good. That's a wrap. I got in and fulfilled some purpose. There's a lot live, and I also see future posts for. I'm just curious. Right now, do I have the option to? Well, we'll see about that in the future. If I can share videos with y'all live, like right now, it doesn't look like I can. But in the future, I'm going to work on stuff like that. All right, have a great day. Peace.